Hey Atomics, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing something that you probably have already seen us do before. We're actually going to be talking a little bit about the new June 3rd update. But before we get into that, I wanted to make a quick mention to all of you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I had a goal of setting 100 subscribers before my birthday, which was in June. Originally, the idea was to hit 100 subscribers before we even got into June. However, it's June 2nd right now. That's the time of me recording this video. And I'm actually currently sitting at 98. Let me double check that really quickly. Let me double check that information. Just because I want to be sure that I'm giving you proper information. We're sitting at 98 subscribers. My birthday is June 17th. If we can hit 100 before my birthday, that would be absolutely awesome. And that would be the best birthday present you guys could probably ever give me. Now, I probably shouldn't promote this, but even if you go to create a new YouTube channel and subscribe that way, I guess that would work. But don't do that. YouTube doesn't like it. I don't think. Because eventually YouTube will just unsubscribe you on those accounts because they'll be inactive accounts. So they'll just unsubscribe you. So, but I wanted to at least tell you thank you guys for all the support. I do also want to point out the Demiurge Luna breakdown video that I did hit 502 views, and it's been almost 13 days since I released it. You guys are fucking crazy. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for all your amazing support. I know that the last time it was a little funky because I didn't have Demiurge Luna, but if you watch my community post, I did actually finally get her. She is still sitting at 3 stars. And as soon as I finish up this this video talking about the patch notes, I'm going to be doing the PvP showcase of her, so I can show you guys what I'm using. And actually, for those of you who do know who he is, I was actually talking with Farmer Ducky. If you look, he'll probably be in the top 5 right now in PvP. He took a big break since January. He was on a big break. He came back a couple days ago, and just to check out Demiurge Luna, and he thought she was insane. And me and him kind of put some ideas together on a really cool team composition. I will admit he has a little bit more investment into PvP than I do, so he's excelling even more than I am. But however, I did actually make it to top 70 on the global servers before this week happened and reset everything. I'm still sitting in the top 70 right now, but I'm going to be trying to climb the ladder as fast as humanly possible so I can showcase this a little bit more. I got to get up there with all the other higher ups, because frankly, if I'm not in top 50, what is my opinion actually worth? At least that's my opinion on it. I want to be sitting in top 50 before I really give you guys PvP advice. So, without further ado, and we're going to skip over all my random bullshit mumbling that I'm doing, I'm going to read the patch notes for you. Honestly, I skimmed through them a little bit, and I have a little bit of a conversation I want to have at the end. Yeah, so without further ado, let's do it. So this is going to be the January 3rd Tuesday update notice. It's GM Proxon, like always. Let's look to see what we have in store for you in this week's update. Players will be experienced this update in-game following the maintenance. So we have Monad Gate is going to get a little bit of an expansion. 7 and 8 will be available. Monad Report has been expanded to 100, the level of it. Unlock condition for depth 7, clear all routes in depth 6. And depth 8, clear all routes in depth 7. So just keep playing Monad Gate. I wasn't a huge fan of Monad Gate. I'm just kind of doing it in the background whenever I have time. I'm not the biggest fan of it, as much as I thought I would be. However, it can still be fun. It is very time consuming though, and that's my biggest problem with it, is very time consuming. Next, Stella's going to come back on a drop rate up banner, which is cool. I mean, Stella's not a bad character. You know, Stella's a good character to get. I'd get her to 4 stars for anything PvE related. I don't think she's necessary for 6 stars, at least in my opinion. However, if you're basically sitting on tickets, you can get her to 6 star probably. But just know, I don't see another banner up. Which means, realistically, they're probably working on a new character. They just don't know exactly how to implement them just yet. So, we'll find out. So, Stella, a hero who cannot be inflicted with debuffs and who attacks the enemy by activating Revenge when an ally is inflicted with a debuff. She is a light ranger. She'll be here until the 17th, which is my birthday. So she'll be here until my birthday, which means we're going to have an update on the 17th, which is really cool. It's going to be a nice little birthday surprise for me. That's going to be fun. And Delta and Ember will be added to the custom recruit pool after this update. So those of you who have been looking to try to get base Delta and Ember will be able to get her from the custom recruit pool. Delta is kind of overshadowed. I recommend getting her to 4 stars if you're having issues with Tyrant Toddler or Glycelis. She can be really helpful. However, if you already have a team for it, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Ember is helpful on burn teams. Realistically, you want to be using Belle Cornell, you want to be using Vlada, you want to be using Ember, and probably, I think it's Maxi, the red twin. I can never remember. I think it's Maxi. It might be Roxy. I don't remember. I can never remember. And then with Ember on the team, you have a pretty good fire core that's really good at spreading burns around. So if that's what you are looking for, Ember would be a really good addition for that. Especially considering when Ember gets hit, she inflicts taunt, which is helpful for boss fights like the Beetles and Chimera. It can be really helpful to have Ember to soak up those hits if that's what you're lacking. We'll have a new world boss. World boss is going to be Walking Fortress Vault Venian. I don't actually remember which one that one is. But nonetheless, good luck, everybody. I hope you guys are able to have a really good run on the world boss. If I do really good, I'll do a video about it. But until I get to the point where I can consistently do really good in those world bosses, I feel bad releasing a video talking about what I'm doing. Because the problem is that if I'm only hitting 1 or 2 million and then there are other people hitting 13 million, I feel bad personally showcasing that, because then it's like, what was the point? I was there for literally hours doing 2 million when you can totally look at somebody else who's probably hitting 13 million. Or you can just go to the Discord and ask about that. But let me know if you guys would even just rather see me do world boss videos when I do it, even if it is only 2 million damage. Let me know what you guys feel about that. I would gladly do it, but I feel like it would be a waste of your time otherwise. But if you guys would still want me to do that, please let me know. I would be more than willing to do that. World boss is going to last from the 4th to the 11th. We'll have a calculation period to get rid of all of those nasty cheaters. And then we'll get our rewards on the 18th to the 25th. So make sure you check in between there if you participate. The break schedule. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a break. I don't actually know what break schedule means. Someone explain that. I'm a little lost on that one. So this is where we get into a little bit of some details that I think people are a little upset about. And we'll talk about it. The Omega Nadia drop rate up will be extended to the 17th. The event dungeon of Congratulations to Our Dearest is being extended. The event dungeon Chasing the Moonlight is going to be extended. The Mersha Festival check-in event is going to be extended. This current Battle Pass and pack sales period will be extended. And then, yeah. Everything that we have is currently being extended. Now, people are upset because people don't want the extended. People want new. I understand wanting new shit. Believe you me, I get bored of the same thing all the time. Here's the problem. I personally think that what happened is releasing Demiurge Luna has created a lot of problems for them. OUTERPLANE is not a PvP focused game. However, when you release a character that seems to do extremely well in PvP, it makes it very difficult to deal with that outside of PvP. Realistically, Demiurge Luna is a beast in and outside of PvP and PvE. She's nutty in PvE, she can do crazy single target damage to bosses. She's absolutely insane. Here's the problem that I think they ran into. If you look at PvP right now, all of a sudden Demiurge Luna is top of the charts. But it's not just her being top of the charts, it's literally... I was watching Ducky literally do matches with Ryu and Demiurge Luna and wiping teams. High up teams. Because he would assassinate something with Ryu, and then Demiurge Luna would nuke the rest of the team, and that was the game. He was doing 180,000 points of damage against 3 targets. That is, on average, 60k a hit. on each target, which means no character in this goddamn game has 60,000 HP. No character in this game has 60,000 HP. Everything is dying to that. I think what happened is they overtuned Demiurge Luna, and I genuinely think they are going to nerf her a little bit. Or they're going to release a character that is genuinely going to counter Demiurge Luna in a very, very hard way. That's genuinely what I think. It's going to be very difficult, don't get me wrong. Demiurge Luna has already made her impact on the PvP focus of everything, and has also made a big deal in PvE. So they're probably trying to figure out the best way to release a character that is going to help out in PvP, but also at the same time have some uses in PvE. Trying to help deal with Demiurge Luna, because they probably want to stop Demiurge Luna from steamrolling as much as she is right now. At least that's what I would be concerned with. If you look at PvP right now, there is 3 main things you can come up with. Demiurge Luna is absolutely crazy, and if you throw Demiurge Luna with Ryu or Demiurge Vlada, or both of them, you're going to steamroll things. And at the same time with that, Nella isn't as much of a problem anymore, because Demiurge Luna fucking nukes her ass. She evaporates Nella. Nella can still revive, and then procs a bunch of her shit, her agile response, and then is able to consecrate. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter, because the next turn, Luna can just nuke everything again. It literally doesn't matter. So revives are becoming less prominent. Mene is less of an issue, because if you're pairing with Ryu one-shots Mene 99% of the time. Unless you have a really, really bulky Mene and a really, really weak Ryu. Ryu's S3 just absolutely obliterates Mene, which is fine. It's an elemental advantage first off, and also at the same time it's basically an assassin versus a healer. Makes sense. But if you can delete Mene, you can really hurt Nella, and then you can have Demiurge Luna obliterate everything. You basically have a 2-team team composition that you throw extra shit in there, which is exactly what I'm going to show you in my PvP video. But you know, we're just the players. We want to take advantage of stuff like that when it happens. However, as a game designer, in a game designer's perspective, that's not good game design. You don't want that to be the case. You don't want to release one character that's just absolutely nuts and just obliterates everything. You want them to have a spotlight for a little bit. You want them for like the first week have really, really good success. And then people figure out counters, and then it becomes less of a problem. Here's the thing. There isn't any fucking counters right now. Demiurge Luna is still being a ginormous problem, and that's the thing. Nobody has figured out really how do we deal with Demiurge Luna. You give any damn defense other than literally dual tank with, like, if you throw Demiurge Drakon, Hild, Nella, and Mene, even that 4, I'm pretty sure you just get one shot by Demiurge Luna anyway. Just straight up. But again, you know, I think that they're needing this extra time to try to come up with a new idea. I think that they're kind of on the drawing board. They had some cool ideas. Then Demiurge Luna showed that she's an absolute monster, and now they're having to postpone the idea that they were working on, and now they have to very quickly come up with a new idea to try to stop this absolute behemoth from exploding PvP any more than she already has. At least that's my opinion on it. I mean, I could be a little wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. If I'm being totally honest, I don't think I'm wrong. But I also don't think I'm 100% right. I think I'm sitting probably around 50% right. Battle Pass is going to be extended, so you have a little bit more time to get Garden, Exile, Aste. All the packs and everything are going to be extended. And here's where we get into a little bit of some extra stuff. And I think this is a big reason. If you look, you can see the error fixes. I think that they did a lot of different stuff. So we're going to go through this really quickly, and I'm going to try to go through this really fast. The UI for Arena weekly play rewards will be improved, which is going to be nice. In the arena, the combat power of masters who have the blind feature will no longer be displayed. So if you blind, you won't be able to see the combat power, which is going to be kind of nice. In the arena, a random blind system will now be applied when players in Diamond 1 tier or higher attack lower tier opponents. So if you're in Diamond 1 and you attack someone lower, they'll randomly blind 2 of the opponents to make it more fair. Some effects in the base have been improved. The maximum purchase quantity for gear and special gear slots will be increased. So we only have 700 gear slots, we're going to get 1,000. Special gear, we only have 200 slots, we're going to get 500. That's going to be really nice. I keep maxing out my gear. I need to go through it. Honestly, I'm a hoarder. But being able to get 1,000 gear slots is going to be really, really nice. The stats of the following monsters in the irregular infiltration operation will be decreased. Infiltration 3 floor area 6 named boss battle 6 irregular blades minion stats will be decreased. So irregular blade minions are going to go down for the final floor. That's going to be nice. Monad players can now speed up Monad Gate event nodes by tapping the screen. That's going to be helpful. I was just talking about how it was very time consuming. That's going to be nice. Some text in the Monad Gate true ending, normal ending, bad ending have been revised. That's helpful. Probably going to give us a little bit better tips and hints on actually getting the true ending. Heroes who joined during Monad Gate event nodes will now join at a set level. That's going to be nice. We kept getting characters at level 1 and it was kind of useless to try to use them unless you got them early on, at least in my opinion. The starting upgrade stage when entering a Monad Gate route has been changed from stage 0 to stage 1. That's going to be nice, a little bit of a power bump for everybody. Relics obtained during Monad Gate progression now contribute to combat power. Okay, so you'll get a relic and your combat power will also go up depending on what it does. That's going to be nice. It's going to give us a little bit better accurate representation of everything. Now we have a long list of error fixes. And I'm not entirely sure why. I'm sure we're going to go and take a look at it. First off, fix an issue where after viewing the item selection pop-up in the gear selection chest, the confirm button would overlap the purchase button in the PvP League item purchase pop-up. I have no idea about that bug. I've never seen it, but sure. I have seen this one though. Fixed an issue where the battle speed increased approximately 2 times after the bingo animation. That was really funny. The area clear event and guide quest for accounts created before that date will be modified. So I think that's what, November 7th of 2023. If you created your account before then, you'll get a little bit of a modification to it. It has been adjusted so that players can obtain rewards for cross Mersha adventure even if they have not met the conditions for area clear missions. That's kind of cool. Fixed an issue where the Monad Gate 3 depth final boss of Latimax was displayed differently from the intended design. Fixed an issue where all battle nodes in Monad Gate Route 5 were labeled as combat encounter. Fixed an issue where Chimera was displayed differently from the intended design when entering the battle node in Monad Gate Depth 4 Route 4-2. Fixed an issue where holding down a hero under Own in the Monad Gate battle node would display the presets and manage heroes buttons. That's really funny. Fixed an issue where the guild buff would not apply after transforming using Demiurge Luna's skill to Abraxas. Where the guild buff would not apply after transforming... What guild buff? What guild buff? Oh, are they just talking about the general guild buff, like the XP increase, the gold increase? That's actually kind of funny. Fix some issues related to Monad Gate upgrade. The starting upgrade stage for hero placement has been changed, stage 0 to stage 1. Fix an issue where upgrades exceeding stage 6 were incorrectly displayed as stage 7 in Monad Gate. Fix an issue where quirk effect information was displayed abnormally in the lobby. Buff effect info pop-up. Fix an issue where the back button was clickable on the formation screen after touching a battle node in Monad Gate. Fix an issue where after a battle triggered by an event option node in Monad Gate, the node screen focus was incorrect after the battle ended. Fix an issue where the report experience bonus amount displayed in the Monad Gate result pop-up differed from the intended design. Yikes. Fix an issue where Demiurge Luna's skill to Abraxas caused health to recover or drop to a certain value. I did notice that, and that's actually been a big problem in PvP, is that you'll be down to like 10%, you'll use Abraxas, and you'll shoot up to full. That was really annoying. Fix an issue where using Demiurge Luna's skill to Abraxas remove the barrier. That's nice, because it says that the buffs get increased, and it's nice if barriers get to stay around a little bit longer. The Reach Floor 40 of Skyward Tower mission and the Mersha Supporters Stage 4 will be modified. Reach Floor 40 of Skyward Tower, now it's going to be combined gems 10 times. This can be a little expensive, but just combine your Stage 2s and Stage 1s. You'll be fine. Masters who previously cleared Floor 40 of Skyward Tower but did not receive rewards will be able to claim them even after this mission is updated. Yay! Fix an issue where brackets are missing from the effect names of Demiurge Luna and Omega Nadia's special gear set. Fix an issue where the ultimate skills of the monsters Maxie and Roxy appearing in Monad Gate Depth 4 were applied differently from the intended design. I believe Maxie and Roxy in Monad Gate 4 were being a little bit of a menace and kind of being a problem. Fix an issue where hero costumes were not displayed in Monad Gate. That's going to be nice, so now if you have your different skin on, it will pop up in Monad Gate. That's cool. Fix an issue where the effect of the passive skill Haze of Mana used by Deshret, the boss of Season 2 Area 2, did not function correctly. I believe that's the Sphinx boss, I want to say. Oh, yeah. When hit by an enemy with lower accuracy than the caster, greatly reduces damage taken and grants a barrier to the caster for 2 turns. Never mind. Deshret is the evasion guy. That dude's fucking annoying. Fix an issue where the remaining time was displayed incorrectly when entering the purchase screen when the Terminus Isle Exploration screen after purchasing the Terminus Isle Exploration Support Pack. Yay! Fix an issue where an invalid request notification appeared when claiming the Enhanced Gear End Times achievement reward after enhancing special gear. I didn't even know about that. Fix an issue where festival bingo numbers were not visible when the language was set to Japanese. That's really funny. I kind of want to do that now just to see. Yeah, so that's going to be it. We have a lot of error fixes specifically about Monad Gate and Luna. Makes sense. And then we just have some arena stuff that's going to be upgraded a little bit, and we're also going to have a little bit more gear slots. I think what happened, again, is I think that we're having Demiurge Luna's having too much of a resurgence right now. And I think that that's causing a problem, and I think everyone's kind of panicking about it, saying that she's going to be a problem. We're not going to be able to get rid of her. And I think it's going to be a real big problem. Now, here's the thing, right? I genuinely think that after they fix this, we'll be fine. I think it's just a little bit of a road bump. Everyone was kind of panicking about everything, not sure what to do. But now I think they know what they're going to do. They're going to fix this problem. Next update, we'll be able to fix this problem. And then the update after that is going to be nice. I think that's going to be the content update. I think that's going to be kind of whatever we thought we were going to get this week. I think that's going to happen next update. They just have to postpone a little bit because of, you know, we're obviously having some issues right now. So, you know, that's okay. But with that said, I know it's a kind of a short update. I mean, it's not really like we have a whole lot to go about, but that's okay. That's totally fine. I mean, occasionally, yeah, we're going to have issues keeping up with everything. That's just the way everything is. And if you look at the update notice, that's the thing I was just reading. Hold up. The maintenance plan, just this like little bit. It just says the Nadia drop rate up extension, Mersha Festival period extension, Event Dungeon period extension. They just said a bunch of extensions. So, I mean, hey, we get a little bit more time. Hopefully they'll give us some extra loot. Maybe they'll reset the loot pool for the new events. That'd be nice. I think that'd be cool. Hold on, what's this? Oh, we're going to get the update tomorrow instead of tonight, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. I think we're going to get it tomorrow instead of tonight. I think that's how we're going to do this. All right, but with that, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out, listening to me talk a bunch of bullshit about something that I don't actually know anything about. So I'm going to leave this video here. You guys are awesome. Please, I'd love to hit 100 subscribers before my birthday. If we do, I'll figure out something to do. Maybe I'll do a poll, see what you guys think I should do as a 100 subscriber special before my birthday. And we'll go from there. Who knows? Maybe I'll do like a real-time arena kind of thing in the Discord or something like that. I have no idea. We'll figure it out as we go. First things first, you guys got to get me to 100 subs. Okay? Get me to 100 subs and we'll figure it out from there. I'll start a poll. I'll do whatever. All right? You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.